Hello, everybody. Everybody. Hi. That's all I wanted to say. Thank y'all for joining the video.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Horror Vlog number 5. Today, we got ourselves a little neat episode. What do you think? Right in front of us, as you guys can clearly see, we have some Horror Classics Mystery Minis. Now, I told you guys that I had a total of 8. And I was going to open up one every episode, right? Well, I meant it, because I bought an entire display case. Look at this nice display case, by the way. Comes with 12 of them, so we have a total of 20. Can you count? Can you fathom the horrorness? So yes, every single horror vlog from now until about 18 or 19 more episodes later, we are going to be opening up one of these bad boys. But we're not going to do it now.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Not right now. We're going to wait till the end of the episode. Just wait a minute now, buddy. Okay, but first, I got a question for all of you out there. Not him, but all of you out there. What does fear look like? What does fear sound like? What does fear taste like? Probably tastes like a man's anus from Human Centipede. That's what fear tastes like.
Except for some, it might be heaven.
Oh, yep, that is true. It is true. Well, what about you guys? What does fear look like to you guys? Could it be darkness?
Oh no!
Can it be a man's anus? I mean, can it be your father's anus? Oh, that's messed up.
With a camera anus.
Yep. No more anuses. This ain't no ordinary shit. But what does fear look like to you guys? Does it look like just pure darkness? Is it like some weird guy that you don't know who it is at your door? Is it like some animal that's foaming at the mouth?
Or Barney.
Or is it Barney the dinosaur? Comes on TV. Hey kids, y'all love you all.
And maybe even the Teletubbies or
yeah.
Mr. Rogers.
What does fear look like to you guys? They're probably going to answer this show. But what does it sound like? Does it sound like just like footsteps in your living room when you're home alone? Does it sound like I thought you were going to fart there. I was going to be like, does it sound like... Does it have a specific sound? Does it have a taste? Like, do you fear of biting into a nice cheeseburger and then a tack going in your top lip? I had a nightmare one time that I ate a cheeseburger, and sometimes restaurants will put like a little toothpick at the top, like a little flag or something. I had a dream that someone had ordered one and went to use the bathroom, and somebody came by and pushed the thing all the way in the burger where they couldn't see it. They came back and took a big old bite, and it right through the lips, inside the gums. I woke up from that nightmare and I was like, oh, my nipples. Just kidding.
What I've always wanted.
No, but that freaked me out big time. So every time I noticed they brought a toothpick, I throw that sucker away. But the reason why I'm asking you guys this is because when I was in the theaters watching Stephen King's It, as soon as the movie ended, this was when I went to see it with my friend from work, the first time I watched it. As soon as it was over, the people behind me was all like, well, that wasn't very scary, I'm a little disappointed. And then they walked off. And I'm like, well, what does fear look like to them? Because what it's about is a clown, but it's not really a clown. It's this creature. It's a monster that takes the form of whatever you're afraid of. So yeah, you might not have been afraid of a clown. You might not have been afraid of, whatever it showed.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make the movie bad because it didn't scare you?
No.
And I, for one, don't think you should go see a horror movie and just say, I'm only going to like it if it scares me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the way it is for me.
More to it than that.
I like to know a story within this movie, but yeah, I would like to have intense, very creepy, scary scenes, so that way when you're telling it to your friends, you'd be like, oh man, did you see that one scene? Oh! Because that's how we friends talk, whenever we see a movie, like, did you see Hannah Montana? I'll be like,
oh yeah, that's scary.
Yo, Elman Wilski. Sorry we plucked you from your video game vlog.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to start this, and I was like, I better tell El Manuel, because that was the first thing on my mind. And I noticed you were streaming a game, so. But yeah, what does fear look like to you guys? Is there anybody even watching besides El Manuel? You can also answer El Manuel, I don't care. But what does fear look like to you guys? Or what does it sound like? And do you think Stephen King's It, if you have seen this movie, or the original one, do you think that just because a horror movie doesn't scare you, does that make it a bad movie? So, let us know. And if not, you can always go back and, once this video is over, you can always go back, type in a little comment section, and just let me know whatever it is you need out there. And also, another last question for you guys. Can you face this fear? Because Stephen King's It, actually, not only is it supposed to be just a scary movie to watch, not only is it supposed to be, a really good, intense story, which it is. Delete the video that I broadcast. Nothing happened really on the video. I can't. Oh, well, I'm sorry, El Manuel. It usually happens that way. Sometimes I'll do a live stream and it's not that great, or I don't really say that many jokes or something, so I'm like, yeah, I better cut this cord. But, yeah, if you're afraid of the dark, can you, face your fear and sit in a dark room for, 2 hours straight? If you're afraid of being alone, can you live in a house? Oh, how's my cult doing? Oh, I don't know. They drank the punch, so I would say no more cult, but
they went away for a little while.
Yeah,
Spaceship
they went
in the sky.
They went to sleep in the spaceship.
Was there shrimp?
And Taco Tuesdays. But yeah, can you face your fears? Can you, if Stephen King's It actually lived in your sewer, and it came up and it took the form of whatever it is you think fear looks like. If it looks like Bobby, and he, pops up and has Bobby's face, and you're like, oh, fuck. Would you be able to face this fear? But that's what the movie kind of represented to me. These kids, yeah, they're terrified. But they are facing their fear. Yes, I can face my fear of spiders, but I won't go near it. Yeah, you can just look at them I'll face it from afar. But what happens when the whole movie big-ass spiders happen, and there's a 20-foot spider infestation that lays eggs inside your house, on your rooftop, drops a present like Santa down your chimney.
Yeah, what movie, Eight-Legged Freaks?
Yeah, Eight-Legged Freaks, or the movie Arachnophobia. Just what happens if millions of spiders were lit up all over your house, and they were all inside your car, so you can't just be like, dooskies. Then my time has come. You couldn't face this fear, huh? It's okay. I have many fears that I probably couldn't face. One of my actual biggest fear is someone breaking into the house. I mean, yeah, I'd pop a cap in their ass, but just, being home alone and, hearing these noises, hearing someone break your window in or something, That terrifies me. This one time, I had a funny story. I was home alone.
Only one time you had a funny story?
Yes, only one time I had a funny story. I was home alone. I was on the computer looking up Stephen King stuff. Because on Stephen King's website, he used to have a thing called The Office. What it is, it's like a 3D virtual reality game that you could play, and the setup looks exactly like how he has his office set up.
Mm-hmm.
And you would find little hidden Easter eggs. And you click on those Easter eggs, and it'll ask you a question from that movie. And you'd have to answer it correct. And when you answer it correctly, then you get like bonus points to enter another room of his office. It was really cool and a really fun game, but it's no longer on there, sadly. I'm afraid of sock puppets. Don't subscribe to them and will.
Yeah, don't do that then.
But I was in there. I was on the computer all alone. Mom was working, Dad was working, Jeremy was at school, so I'm just there chilling all by myself. And all of a sudden, I hear the awfulest banging coming from my window in my room, this exact window. I mean, it was like, oh, like thunderous hits. And I was like, oh shit, someone's breaking into the house. So I immediately get the phone. I'm having a panic attack. I'm like, Dad, you need to come home now. There's someone trying to break into the house. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's speeding. He's on his way home. And then I, instead of me cowering like a little bitch in my parents' room where the computer is, oh, then I need to make more puppet videos then. Instead of me cowering, I actually found some kind of like blunt instrument, like some kind of like piece of wood or something. Yeah, and I went outside. I was going to beat a guy who probably had a gun. As soon as I popped around the corner, he's like, "So, Mom." And but as soon as I got out there, I heard the noise still, but I didn't see anything. Mm-hmm. It was a bird stuck in the gutter right above my window, and it couldn't get out, so it, you know, shook, and that's what the pounding noise I heard. Which, of course, Dad came home, he's like, "What the fuck?" And got pissed off because, you know, nothing happened, but, oh well. I was literally terrified, and that's what fear looked like to me and sounded like to me. But I overcame my fear. Instead of me hiding in the closet going, "Jesus, please." No. You know, I actually grabbed something, even though, you know, I know where the gun is, but I just grabbed a piece of wood instead. I'm like, and please bottle water. I actually grabbed my wiener. It's the biggest piece of wood that I
It's holy
find.
water. The
power of Christ compels. Don't shoot me. Don't sue me if it gets in your eyes. But yeah, that's what fear looked like and sounded like to me. Did you have any kind of scary story that you want to share? Or have you just never been scared?
I've never been scared.
Hey, actually, he's the one that's been scaring people. Tell them about the time you scared was it your sister that you scared?
My sister and cousin, because we lived out in the woods, basically. It was right off the side of the road above a national park, and there was bears seen in the area. So I hid in the woods with the whole handfuls of rocks.
Someone breaking into where my parents live. I lock the door when they leave. Yeah. It is a scary thing. Someone strange snooping around your house and stuff. It is scary. Mm-hmm. But please continue.
I had a whole big pile of rocks, and so what I did is I kept tossing the rocks in the woods where they could hear it. And I kept throwing them closer and closer to them. And eventually they took off running down the hill, and they ran right to me, and I jumped out at them. And they thought I was the bear or whatever was chasing them, and they jumped off the hillside over the driveway into a pile of rocks.
Oh, God.
And,
that was the funniest trip to the hospital we've ever had.
And you could hear, because one of them clipped the vehicle, and they're
someone got hit by a car. You're probably scared the driver's like,
"Whoa!" Oh, no, the car was parked, but
they killed a bear. There was a lot of fear that day. Mm-hmm. Could you do me one solid favor and bring up YouTube? Because their things are fading so fast I can't get to read them all. Like, I just noticed Katie Baby sent a big message, and I didn't see any of that.
That's what
I could read it as long as you bring it up.
I can bring it up and take screenshots and read it while you do it.
But thank you for participating. Sure. Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, if you have any fears or any kind of stuff like that that you have overcome. Next question. Would you guys rather be placed? I remember when I scared the shit out of you at work. What you do? He didn't scare the shit out of me. He just hid behind some boxes while I was unstalking, and then I turned around and he's like, blah! And he popped around. He's like, subscribe to Manuel, and I'm like, oh! But next question for you guys.
Here is what Katie said.
Okay.
Because I took a screenshot for
one time I was alone when I was young and no one was home. Something screamed my name next to my face. Not just my first name, but my whole name. Wow, that was an intelligent spider.
That's a spider from hell.
That's a Satan spider. Yeah, that could have been some kind of paranormal event, actually. So, and indeed, I do have a scary paranormal handy-mandy and all that good stuff.
It's like,
quit promoting your channel, Elmanwell. Promote it somewhere else. There is one paranormal thing that actually happened. I was at my grandma's house, and me and her was just watching TV, and we had her couch, and it was actually spaced far from the wall. So this picture is a picture that fell. Mm-hmm. And it was a picture of my grandpa, who's been dead. And, you know, if a portrait was to fall, it would fall straight down, I would think. Mm-hmm. You know, the laws of physics might have changed, but the picture flew off the wall over the couch and landed in the middle of the floor. And we were nowhere near it. Like, we were just watching TV, and I could not explain what had happened to there. But anyway, to move on, would you guys think you could survive a Saw game, one full Saw game, no matter how long it took, or do you think you could survive a full Purge night? Saw game is kind of quick, maybe, depending on what game you be put in, because it's random. Okay, he was trying to say something. Also, when I go to work in the morning, I'm afraid that someone would jump me in the parking lot. Yeah, that's a good one too. And Purge, I say Purge. Yeah, because you don't honestly know what game you could be placed in. But a Purge is kind of different. It's like one full night. Mm-hmm. Like, you could probably beat the Saw game within a matter of seconds, depending.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But a Purge is a whole night. But also, if you think about it, you have the option to just kind of stay home, lock yourself up, and, you know, just hope to God that 7 o'clock comes as fast as possible. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe it began at 7 p.m. and didn't end till 7 a.m.
Yeah, 12 hours. Manuel said Purge, I believe was what he said.
Purge all the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, nobody thinks that they can survive a Saw game? Like, any of them at all? Like, what if you woke up and you were the same as the junkie girl, had the thing on your face, and you had to cut open the guy's stomach and get the key? Like, you guys couldn't do that compared to, like, survive a whole full Purge night? But in the Purge, you also have other options. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't say would you rather put someone in a Saw game.
Okay, put a long one.
No. Purge, if you get out of the city, you are good, but if you are stuck, get somewhere safe, hide up. Yeah, high up and dark. Yeah, but the Purge, you also have the option to go out purging yourself. I would not encourage it. I'm not saying, you know, go do the Purge, guys. But I'm just saying, you have other options. But a Saw game, you're like the dudes that are in the Saw game. You're just like, huh? What? I just remember a pig face, man. And then the smell of garlic. And then you just kind of look around, it's all dark, and then the lights cut on, and you just hear, "Want to play a game?" You know, that's two differences. But a lot of people are saying they can survive the Purge. I beg to differ.
You beg to dinner?
I beg to differ.
I diddle-a-dinner.
A dollop a daisy.
A dollop-a-daisy.
But what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think. So far, it's just Katie and El Manuel. Can you survive Freddy Krueger Nightmare? Oh! 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 Saw, not say. I saw nothing. And what was the one before it? If you are in, say, 50-50 chance you are looking a limb or your life. Not giving a limb.
No.
Dude, I didn't even think about that, El Manuel. That's great. Let's add nightmare, like a nightmare with Freddy Krueger. Could you survive? Like, could you wake your ass up if you're in a deep sleep of Freddy Krueger? In the original first movie, the girl, as soon as she saw him coming, she put her hand on the boiler and burned her arm, and that's what caused her to wake up. Mm. Could you be able to do your mentality to find something like that in that nightmare to kind of wake, like, jolt yourself up? Or do you think you're booked?
I'd go Purge.
He's I'm purging all the way.
I'll join in the festivities. I don't give a shit.
Oh, don't worry about killing me. I'll do it myself. Oh, that's great. But I got a question for Mr. Bobby.
You survived The Shining. That's what Katie said. Without going mad. So surviving, I guess, at the hotel.
Oh, at the hotel without the hotel. Well, the hotel
driving.
kind of feeds off of your emotion in a way. And for the main character, he was an alcoholic, and he was clean off of alcohol for a long time, but he still had that, addiction. Mm-hmm. So the hotel fed off of that addiction, made him want to get with the hotel, basically. I have a lot of weaknesses, and I'm not that smart of a guy. So I'd say, yeah, the hotel would probably take me over in a heartbeat. What about you? You're a lot more smarter than I am. I think that the hotel might not have any effect on you.
I'd sleep right through it.
Mm-hmm.
Leave me the fuck alone, I'm tired.
I mean, the girl's in the bathtub. She's not in the bed, so.
That's your room. This is my room.
And he's going to hack the door open. He'll go, "Oh, wrong room. Sorry." I'm looking for my wife and son. Have you seen them?
My bad.
Oh, we got any good ones? Any new ones? Any new people join us? Horror Classics fan, hey! Hey! You might have to go back and watch this after it's done, Mr. Horror Classics fan, just so you can partake in some of the earlier questions that we had been discussing. Mm-hmm. So, but I am sorry for not, if you're just now tuning in, so I do apologize. But I do have a brand new question. Mr. Bobby, if you were stuck in the cabin in the woods, have you ever seen this movie, by the way? It's where these people go to this cabin, just kind of hang out, but there's also these executive people, and they're like betting on a game. And they have inside, like, the cabin is like monsters that they have hidden, and they send up one monster at a time to kind of kill them.
Because I was thinking of Cabin Fever.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, this basically the gist of it is that these people are betting whether or not these people will die or survive. Mm-hmm. And they're betting on the monster, too. Like, I bet the mermaid is going to kill them at this time or whatever. And if they get the closest, they get a lot of money. It's like football, fantasy football in a way. But if they sent up a monster and you're just like, oh, hell no. What kind of monster? And it could be any monster from any movie you've ever seen. Like Dracula. If he came and goes, "I want to suck your blood." But you'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm dead.
Tremors.
Tremors.
Giant worms come out of the ground.
You'd be like, we have something in common, Mr. Tremors. We both can't see each other coming. That's messed up, but...
I hear you. You hear me.
Yeah, I could hear you down there. So if they send up some tremors, you're dead. Is that what you're saying?
Well, let me think.
Like, they sent up a werewolf and you're like, snap its neck.
Oh, yeah.
They sent up a clown and you're just like, throws a tomahawk.
Rip off his nose. You ain't no clown now.
Mm-hmm. But Tremors off your dad.
Fuck, especially if the ones off the third movie, Ass Blasters, the flying ones.
For me, I think it would be zombies. Because I'm fat. I can't run. Like, if I did run, I'd get, like, from here to my door, and I'd be like, have your way. Fat guy wants a cheeseburger anyway, so. And look at me. Like, they're going to... Like, if it was between me and Bobby and the zombies were coming, they're after my ass right off the bat. They're like, ooh, do I want Wendy's or do I want some salad?
Do I want McDonald's or do I want Golden Corral?
Yeah, exactly. All you can freaking eat. I miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys soon. I miss you too, Jeremy. I hope you're having a good day at work. I love you very much. Twister, it's always Twister. Can you survive a day with El Manuel? Hell no, I can't. That's why I sent his ass home after we did the videos. I'm like, you had your sock video, now get the hell out.
You're out of here.
But what about you guys? If they sent up a monster from any movie, like, what do you think would kill you? Like, best you? Like, can you dodge them clowns? Can you, like, hoop to hoop with some zombie basketball players?
That's what I was going to say. Hoop to hoop with the basketball.
Can you thwart the two little girls that are like, come play with us? You're like, no spanks.
I ain't no babysitter. I ain't getting paid for this shit.
Yeah, but what do you guys think that would be just, like, one and done? Like, would it Paranormal Activity style? Because you really can't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to feed it, you know, you have to give it your fear. And that's what gives it its power. So, do you think you can, like, mentally overthrow this enemy? Or what kind of creature or anything that they could send up from the cabin in the woods, and you're like, oh, I'm dead. But now it's time for a good, bad, and the ugly. Not the ugly, the why. I mean, it is ugly, but...
Are we doing Clint Eastwood movie? The good, bad, and the ugly?
That's true. That's true. You thought this was a horror vlog? No, it's a Clint Eastwood vlog.
We love our Western.
This time I'm going to start with the bad. Whoa. We got Sinister 2. Yeah, so bad I almost threw it away right there. Sinister 2. The first one, you know how in my other horror vlogs I've talked about, you know, the first one being bad, and then like the second one comes out and totally makes up for the first one, and then it makes the whole thing better. These people did not get that memo. The first one was very good. I did love the first one. The scares in it were terrifying. It looked real. Like, everything about the first one was just creepy and good. Mm-hmm. Then came Polly right here. The story is good. I will admit, the story of this family, that family right there, is really good and really messed up. You haven't seen it, but I am going to spoil a little of it. Like, I don't know if you've seen the first one or not either.
No.
Well, I'm going to spoil it too. The original one, it turns out that the kids were the ones that are killing the family. Mm-hmm. Like, through the whole process, you thought that it was this entity, but really it was actually their kids that killed them. Mm-hmm. But they were doing it because of that entity. They were kind of listening to it like, yes, we will kill the parents.
I thought it was because the children were born.
And they filmed themselves killing their parents. And each one was a unique kill. Like, one drowned his whole family in a pool, and he filmed it. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. Well, this one, the one brother right here in the tank top, he's the one that was wanting to be chosen by this entity to kill his family. But the entity took his brother instead, had more want for his brother. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Ooh, you killed him. You killed them all." And the other brother's like, "No, I'll do it for free." And he's like, "No, we don't want you. You're a fag." but the deaths in this movie were just so badly done. I purposely avoid part 2. Glad I did now. Yeah, Yeah, you dodged a pretty big bullet. Like, the story is good, but, like I said, the kills that it showed were so over-exaggerated, it was not even funny. Like, it looked so fake. I was like, what went wrong? And then it just ends so bad. Like, I don't even ever want to watch this movie again. It's just, it's stupid. It does not make sense. It's just a bad movie. Yeah. I can't wait for them to make Sinister 3, though, and hope to God fix what they messed up. But for now, Sinister 2, if you want to watch it, that's on you guys, you know? Not me. Never saw either of them. We'll watch the first one. The first one will not disappoint you. Now time for the good. This movie right here, As Above, So Below. See? Paris? This is about a group of people. I'll even read the back of the box. Miles of twisting catacombs lie beneath the streets of Paris, the eternal home of countless souls. When a team of explorers ventures into the uncharted maze of bones, they uncover the dark secret that lies within this city of the dead. A journey into madness and terror, As Above, So Below, reaches deep into the human psyche to reveal the most personal demons that come back to haunt us all. And I can't quite remember exactly what they were looking for underneath Paris, but there's like this wall that had supposedly had bones in the wall from like people who hid during like wars and stuff under there. Well, there's supposed to be some kind of thing hidden in this whole thing, like underground, and these people were dead set on going under there and trying to find it and discover the lost treasures. Yeah, through the catacombs. But all in all, it was a very creepy movie. It was a little bit cheesy, the graphic wise of the things that lived in the catacombs were like badly graphicked. But all in all, like, you travel through the whole movie, and at a lot of the parts, you're like, oh, this is going to end shitty. There's no way that this is going to be a good movie. And it started pissing me and my brother off. We're like, why do we even buy this? This is ridiculous. But it completely turns a full 180 at the end, and it is one of the best movies I have ever seen in my life. I'm going to be buying it on Blu-ray. I'm going to upgrade this because that's how much I loved it. I want it to be completely great. Never saw it unless that's the same one from the other one. No. Katie said she loves that movie. And she knows exactly what I'm talking about then. Because that movie had such a great twist to it. And also, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you will get the reference in there. Because they talk about a major plot point from Harry Potter that was actually real in real life. So, I'll go ahead and spoil it to you. The Sorcerer's Stone. You know, Nicholas Flamel and the Sorcerer's Stone from the Harry Potter. That's actually in there. I think that might be what they were trying to look for, is the Sorcerer's Stone underneath Paris in the catacombs. But that's not the mind-blowing thing, so don't get pissed off like, well, he just fucking ruined it. No, I didn't ruin shit, guys. You need to watch this movie. It is great. And yeah, I know it's buffering. It's got a very bad connection. It always does that. My internet's not the greatest. So once again, I apologize. But it is time for the why the hell was this even made?
Do the why the hell was this made dance.
We watched that movie together, didn't we? No, actually we did not. I was going to watch it with her, but I've only seen this movie with my brother. We actually got it as an Easter present. Go figure. But anyway, the why has to go to a movie I refuse to ever watch again. Ever. Ever.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yep. It's called The Witch. 2016 movie. By far, one of the most messed up movies I have ever seen in my entire life. The Witch is about this like pilgrimage group back in the olden days, you know, where TV wasn't invented and all that good stuff. This pilgrim like family, you know, killed sheep in the name of God, you know, stuff like that. But there was this witch that lived in this cabin in the woods. And she had apparently had this seduction to their youngest child, their boy. And at the very beginning of the movie, it shows her cutting a penis off of a little baby. I think she might have ate it. I've only seen the movie one time, so if she didn't, I apologize. But it shows the penis and everything, and I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? But this movie is supposed to be one of the most realistic, like, what if an actual witch, like, existed in this time period? In that time period? What would she do? And she would, like, seduce this little boy. She took all her clothes off, and I guess it was the first time the little boy had seen a naked woman before. And so he was, like, you know, walking towards her, and she's like...
Yeah, serious one.
Yeah. And so he comes there, and I guess she had her way with him. I don't know. It doesn't show that point. But he strips naked, too, and they just kind of enter the cabin. Yeah. But when he comes back, he's all messed up. Like, he has seizures, which he never had seizures before. And I think he actually ends up dying, if I'm not mistaken. Because he has a seizure, and then I think he says that he sees God or something, and then he dies. But then the whole movie is just so twisted, so evil. And then at the very end of the movie, yes, I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Don't have a hissy fit, because I'm saving you. I am saving you guys from this nightmare. At the very end, their youngest daughter ends up killing the whole family. She was like the only one of the whole group that was kind of close to the whole God factor compared to the whole family. Like, the whole family at the start was, you know, worshiping God, but they just kind of didn't really believe. They're just like, well, let's worship him just for the sake that we have to. Not because we want to, it's the sake that we have to. But the little girl ends up killing her whole family, and then she hears this noise out in the woods. She goes out in the woods. There's all these other naked, like, girls and stuff dancing around this fire with a pentagram, and they have, like, blood on them. And they're all, like, butt-ass naked dancing. And she starts stripping her clothes off, joins in, and then they all start floating in the air, like real life, you know. And that's how it ends. It rolls credits right after that. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I wasted 2 hours and some watching this garbage. If you're into witches, you know, watch this movie. It's, like I said, it's one of the most detailed movies I've ever seen of a witch. Like, they did a good job trying to get... If that was their goal, they freaking nailed it. But it's not a movie for me. Like, why on God's green earth did they make that movie? Alright, let's see. What happened to the jester that we talked about? Oh, I'm going to add that to the next one. The Witch was worse than that one, so... But anyway, it's that time. We're going to open one random box. It could either be from the actual display case I got, or it could be one of the 8 that I've had. So, Mr. Bobby, do the honors and choose. Alright. Let's see what we get. Probably another ghost. In fact, in a way, I kind of hope it's another ghost, but I also, in a way, hope that it's something else. Yeah. I'll show you guys the little back there, just so that way you know what's in the set. Alright. Got that back there. We got a little bag of cocaine here. We're just gonna, real quick. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, felt a little pop there. Oh, I see hair. I see hair. It's not a ghost. It's the wolf man. Oh, look at that little wolf man. Rawr. Rawr. That's great. I like that one. Alright. Well, guys, just going Big Jim Weed. What the fuck? Well, I can't place him in front of the camera. So I'll just hold him here. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. And if you didn't get to join the live stream, I do apologize. I was wanting to do it a little earlier today, but things just didn't work out the way they planned. Welcome to my life. But I had fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did y'all have fun? That's my last question. Did you guys have fun in this horror vlog? But thank you guys so much for all you do. I will see you guys in the next video. And
just keep teasing.
later.